done about 1800 miles on this chain and I want to check the wear. One way you can do that is by using a 12-inch steel rule. Now if you offer that up against the chain, so one end is exactly centred to one of the pins, put a little bit of tension on the chain, it should line up exactly with the pin here on the 12-inch mark. If it doesn't, it shows the chain is stretched. We've got probably between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of wear on this particular chain. A 1/16 will be about 0.5%, an 1/8 will be about 1% wear, so I'm somewhere in between. Probably an easy way of checking is by using a specialist tool. This is the Park tool. It's got two measurements, 0.5% wear and 0.75% wear. I'll try the 0.5 first. It's a go, no-go gauge, so it shouldn't go in if the chain's okay. So you just slot one end into the chain and you can see that goes through quite straightforward. So that's showing that's worn at 0.5. I'll try the 0.75. Again, just slot that through and you can see that's gone in. If it was good, it would just sit on the top like that. This bike has a 50-34 tooth chain rings on the front and a 12-28 tooth sprocket on the back. Now whilst I'm changing the chain, I'm going to change the sprocket. Now I'm going to do some climbing this year and I just want a little bit of extra reassurance I can get up some of the steeper climbs. So I'm just going to change this sprocket so it's a 12-30. Now this is a 105 derailleur and it should be okay with the clearance. I've got enough B adjustment there so it shouldn't foul. I'll let you know how I get on. First thing I need to do is remove the chain. Now I've got a KMC chain and I use these KMC missing links, which is a quick release connector. I've got the KMC tool for undoing the chain. It's just a case of finding the link, squeezing it together, and there we are. That's done. That's the link removed. Just take both ends off and then pull your chain through. Open the brakes up, like so. Open the quick release and remove the wheel. It just drops out. I recently found out that on some manufacturers' rims there's a wear indicator that's a tiny indent. Obviously once that's worn through so you can't see the indent, it's time to replace the rims according to the manufacturer, and it can be found by going directly opposite the valve. So straight up, and there's the indicator. To remove a sprocket you need a chain wrench, which is put on like that, and then the spline tool that fits inside the sprocket, and then just undo. You've got to be a bit careful because the sprocket will start to come away. Its various subparts. Now this nut has been loosened, it can be undone and the old cassette removed. Just grab either side and lift off. This shows the difference between the two cassettes. I've got a Tiagra 10-speed 12-28 on this side and a 10-speed Ultegra 12-30 on this side. The weight difference is fairly minimal. This is 310 grams and this is 273 grams for weight weenies out there. Now this is a 9 to 10 speed Freehub, and because I'm fitting a 10 speed cassette I need the 1mm spacer. This is because a 9-speed cassette is actually 1mm thicker than the 10-speed. So we just need to align the splines as one large spline and just align that with the Freehub. If I'm lucky, it'll go on in one go, which it has. Now you can see that's absolutely aligned with the top of the Freehub, so we know that spacing is correct. And if I just put this on hand tight, there should be no rocking, no free play. So that's good. A very, very tiny amount. But if I take the spacer out, you'll see the difference. Remove that spacer. And again, if I'm lucky, I'll go in one go. Now you can see that's protruding a little bit, so let's just put this on hand tight. You can see the difference, it's flapping about. I'll just use this spline tool to tighten the Freehub nut. You don't need the chain tool because there's no more pressure that you would use on a ride anyway. So there we are. It's nice and tight. I can go back on the bike. My original chain had 108 links. Now because my new cassette has got an extra 2 teeth, I've increased the length of my new chain by 2 links. That seems fine on big to big. If I take it to small, we'll see how much slack we've got at the bottom, see if it's okay. Okay, that's small to small, which is not a usual combination you would go for. There's still a little bit of tension in there, it's not too slack, so I think that's okay. With this larger 30-tooth sprocket and on the smallest chain ring, I noticed there was some noise between the jockey wheel and the tooth here, so it was too close. So I made an adjustment here, which is the B adjustment, and it just brings this away from the sprocket here, and it's now nice and smooth. I'm now satisfied with the length of the chain, so I've fitted the new missing link, supplied with the chain, and I'm just going to use this tool to nip it up, and then we're all done. The indexing seems good, but I'll take it out on the road, and then I can make some final adjustments if I need to.